It all started with Karen, the HOA president, who had never liked the way I ran things on my property. I'd lived on my land for years, a quiet ranch tucked away from the hustle of city life. My property, which had been passed down through generations, meant the world to me. It was where I raised my children and where I had planned to grow old. But Karen and her HOA cronies had decided my land was a problem, and she would stop at nothing to take it. One afternoon, I received a letter in the mail. It was a legal notice from the HOA. They claimed I was in violation of several so-called rules and demanded I either comply or face legal action. The audacity was shocking. They had no right to dictate what I did on my own land, yet there it was, black and white. I wasn't about to let her and her HOA friends take what was rightfully mine. But Karen was persistent. A few days later, as I was working on the ranch, I saw flashing blue lights in the distance. The police had arrived, and it wasn't just a couple of officers, it was a full team. I stepped outside, knowing exactly what was happening. "Sir, we need you to vacate the property," the lead officer said, holding up the paperwork. "The HOA has filed a complaint, and we've been instructed to enforce it." I could feel my blood boiling. The land I'd worked so hard to maintain, the land I had fought for, was being threatened by people who didn't care. But I was ready. I took a deep breath and looked at the officers, remembering my years of military training. "This is my land," I said, standing tall, "and you're not taking it from me." I wasn't going to back down, and I wasn't going to fight fair. I had trained for situations like this, and I knew how to turn the tables. Within minutes, I began setting up barriers and obstacles on the property, using old military tactics I had learned during my time in service. The officers, caught off guard by the sudden defensive strategy, hesitated. I knew the law, and I was prepared to make my stand. Karen's team had underestimated me. By the time the sun set, Karen's forces were in retreat. I had turned my land into a battlefield, one where I had control. The police officers, though reluctant, were forced to leave as I asserted my rights. The HOA learned a valuable lesson that day: never mess with a veteran who knows how to protect his home. And Karen? She never came back.